see that. Good evening, how's it going? I'm Shell Zunner, and I'm here tonight in the back streets of North Manchester at a glorious new space called The Yard to bring you a performance from the wonderful Manchester band, the Covasettes. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Shell.
Twists around, it brings you down, it's constant. Tell me how to work this out, it's lost and it's lost and it's lost and oh, I heard that she's no believer. My friends tell me I should leave her. She's no believer. My friends tell me I should leave her, 'cause I get so she's no believer, thinking straight. My friends tell me I should leave her, 'cause I get so irate. 'Cause I get so irate. 'Cause I get so irate. Thank you very much, Internet. I hope you're all doing very well. We're the Covasettes. It's a pleasure to be here. We're live, and it's an absolute pleasure. You draw the chase me. Ask me if I could just calm down. Tell me to cut it out. Frustrate me. Don't walk away from me. Just tell me how you want this to be. I said, I beg you please. I'm tired of running wild. I'm tired of running wild. I lose my head, I just zone out. Confusion plants its doubt. Stay here. I always need you near. Do you believe in this twisted love? 'Cause I think you've had enough. So why don't you just tell me how you want this to be? I said, I beg you please. I'm tired of running wild. I'm tired of running wild. Okay. I hear you screaming out, but there's no stopping me. No, there's no stopping me. When I'm like this, there's no stopping me. I hear you screaming out, but there's no stopping me. There's no stopping me. When I'm like this, there's no stopping me. No, there's no stopping me. No, there's no stopping me. When I'm like this, when I'm like this. I said I'm tired of running wild. Tired of running wild. Thank you very much. We are the Covasettes, and it's a pleasure to be here live on your computer screen. We do miss the cheer when we finish a song. There's not always a cheer, but we do miss it a little bit. I suppose it's good to say Happy Mother's Day, Mum, Lisa. Hope you're well. Thanks for bringing up such an angel, talented boy. And also Happy Mother's Day to Nina, up in Sunderland. Isabella, Jamie's mother, unlucky, but someone's got to have him. And Caroline at the back for Matt. What do you want to say to your mum, Matt? Happy Mother's Day, he says. And any mums watching, I'm sure there's plenty of them. Thanks for tuning in. I think this song's called Like You. I'd rather be chasing you. I'd rather be chasing you. Oh, you. I saw some girl last night. I thought that she looked fine. She wore her hair like you do, spoke with an accent like you. I always did most Thank you. Did someone say new single alert? This song is called Modern Rapunzel. It's our latest single. It's out on all platforms now. Spotify, YouTube. Not on record. You can't buy it physically yet, but that'll come. Sign of the times. It's been a great reaction so far, so please enjoy it. This is the first time I've played it live, so if it goes wrong, it's not my fault. Enjoy it. Thanks. This is a little number, 4 years old now, This Feeling. It's a fucking classic.
She's forward, she said she don't like stars.
Thanks very much. I suppose the question is, YouTube, do you really know how it feels to be mine? I regret that one. Enjoy. I could tell you about the universe and outer space, pick you up until you're feeling like you own the place. But do you really know how it feels to be mine? I can show you all the stars and what they really mean, show you all the different lines that you could draw between. But do you really know how it feels to be mine? Do you really know how it feels to be mine? I can make you breathe love like the old days, give you butterflies, make you feel off the pace. I can make you so high. Then we take things all the way to your place, open up the skies, honey, you can make it rain. And I can show you how it feels to be mine, how it feels to be mine. I can show you why the sky is blue and all you see is a metaphor leading back to you and me. But do you really know how it feels to be mine? I can say that you're the best my eyes have ever seen, make it obvious just so I can sow the seed. But do you really know how it feels to be mine? Do you really know how it feels to be mine? I said, do you really know how it feels to be mine? I can make you breathe up like the old days, give you butterflies, make you feel off the pace. I can make you so high. Then we take things all the way to your place, open up the skies, honey, you can make it rain. And I can show you how it feels to be mine. Tell me what you want, is the suits and nice bars, or just a dude who drives a nice sports car? You can take you anywhere, any time of year. Just say the words, he'll get you into gear. Or maybe just a guy with his guitar, singing songs about your story so far. You could have it all, my dear, just to make it clear there's no going here. I'll give you anything you want, give you anything you want, give you anything you want, give you anything you want. Hey, hey, hey. I can make you breathe love like the old days, give you butterflies, make you feel off the pace. I can make you so high. Then we take things all the way to your place, open up the skies, honey, you can make it rain. And I can show you how it feels to be mine, 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 how it feels to be, how it feels to be mine, how it feels to be, how it feels to be mine. Thank you. We'd like to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to The Yard for having us on, and all the wonderful camera crew, lights, sound, Mark, Daisy. of course, Shell Zenner interviewing us today, absolute legend she is, so thank you very much to them for having us on. We're not finished yet though. It's called Spin, 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 Spin. Oh girl, not that cold. It seems you're feeling bold. Can you keep this up all night? 'Cause I get one look at you, it's then I'm feeling good. I swear it makes me weaker inside. 'Cause when we sat there alone, you're telling me to go. Oh, she can see everything. She makes my heart, my head spin. She makes me lose my mind, but I'm all yours tonight. She makes my heart, my head spin. Spin, spin, spin. Spin, spin, spin. I start to lose my mind. It's like the end's in sight. To top it off, she's one of a kind. And like a man on a mission, I ditch my sweet inhibitions. And I'll tell you that you're looking alright. 'Cause then we sat there alone, you're telling me to go. Everything. My heart and my head spin. She makes me lose my mind, but I'm all yours tonight. She makes my heart and my head spin. Spin, spin, spin. Oh. Sat there alone, telling me to come home. I can't believe my position. I'm not usually superstitious. Then we sat there alone, telling me to come home. I said, one word she can see everything. She makes my heart and my head spin. She makes me lose my mind, but I'm all yours tonight. She makes my heart and my head spin. Spin, spin, spin. Spin, spin, spin. Spin, spin, spin. And you spin around. Spin around. Spin, spin around. Spin, spin, spin. Thank you. Now it's time in the set where we make you all cry. This song's called She Is. When she's up, she's so high, you're never gonna bring her down. And she knows it's her time to come back to the ground, but she's a one-way street. She only sees how she wants it to be. But I've been hoping you'd see just what you do to me. And I've been hoping you'd see just how you make me feel. And she's on my mind, and I'm running out of time to make her mine and show her I'll be all she needs. I'll show her I'll be all she needs. she's up, she's so high. You're never gonna bring her down. She knows it's her time to come back to the ground, but she's a one-way street. She only sees how she wants it to be. But I've been hoping you'd see just what you do to me. And I've been hoping you'd say just how you make me feel. And she's on my mind, and I'm running out of time to make her mine and show her I'll be all she needs. I'll show her I'll be all she needs. Thank you very much. We've got one left for you. Thanks so much for having us. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. We're the Covasettes. And have a very good night. Thank you. I'm hearing in my ear, banger alert, upcoming. And I'm in the deep end, 'cause that smile's taken its toll. You're in control. I guess I'll leave them, because we're just friends after all. Or so we thought. But I never knew that you make me feel brand new. And I never saw that you make me feel tired. That you make me feel tired. 'Cause I had too much to do. Get away from the storm that you call. But I never knew that you make me feel brand new. And I never saw that you make me feel tired, Joe. That you make me feel tired, Joe. Too much to do. 'Cause my head ain't all around us. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Thank you.
Good evening. I have to apologise for a bit of delay in the proceedings tonight, but it wouldn't be a gig, would it, if you weren't like waiting around shuffling from one foot to the other on a slightly sticky floor. I mean, get that in your mind. That's what we've had tonight at the Yard, especially for you. We have had the Covasettes performing live. How was that for you guys?
That was good fun. Yeah, it was a pleasure to be playing music again.
Does it feel weird performing to a pretty empty room, though? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but we're used to it from the early days, so like it feels like any other gig, really. But
It
no,
feels
it's
like
fun.
a Covasettes gig from 2017.
Yeah, it does. But you still get like the post-gig buzz. Like even when we play to no one, just playing live together, you get that kind of I don't know what it is, the adrenaline or
It's just like
endorphins,
you
yeah.
just get buzzing, don't you?
And like you can honestly, we've always said like you can go on a night out just off like post-gig vibes. Like you could just like can carry you the whole way through. So yeah, it's really good fun, and we're grateful to be here. To be fair.
Well, we've got a proper Q&A coming up a bit later, and also I'm going to be chatting to you shortly. But first, I just want to say a little bit about this wonderful space, the Yard that we're in, because it is a really unique live venue and creative space. I've only been down a few times and I've been really impressed. It's started to make some real waves in the Manchester music scene, and I think it's really unique, it's intimate, and as you saw then, really quite special for performances with this amazing kind of mural behind us. And rather than being just like another venue, because we've got a lot of venues here in Manchester and in Salford, of course, the founders Joe and Mark, I think they really do care about the space here, and using it as a way to kind of give back and create opportunities for grassroots musicians in the Northwest to get heard. And the team here tonight, they're all working really hard behind the scenes to make everything work. They are working so hard on social media marketing, film, lighting and sound, and they're all incredibly young, I have to say that. Gaining experience and learning from every mistake, I assure you, to hone their craft in the industry. And I think you'll agree, I think it's been looking really great so far tonight. So yeah, big kind of hand for those guys. Big shout to you tonight. And as for the Covasettes, the time to shine is right now. You've been making waves a lot on the Manchester music scene for a few years. You've been supported by the likes of BBC Introducing in Manchester, XS Manchester. You've toured with the likes of the Harrow and Big Shakes. Tony Hadley, yes, the Tony Hadley is a huge fan. Spandau Ballet and everything. I mean, blimey. Has it been going as well from on the inside as it looks from the outside?
On the inside, we're in pieces, Shell, to be honest. Right? We've been through a pandemic. We hate each other.
I don't really know what we're doing at any point. We're just walking into it blind. And it seems
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Tony Hadley thing, hey, that's gold, isn't it?
Oh.
We will get to that. We're going to get to that. But first, for those that are fresh to the live stream tonight, who have never heard of you or your music before, can you introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band? Well, I think they've already seen that, but yeah.
Well, I'm Chris and I sing songs.
I'm Matt and I'm the backing dancer.
I'm also Matt and I play guitar on that side of the stage.
I'm Jamie and I play bass.
Yes.
So I heard you all kind of got together at uni right here in Manchester. Is that true?
Yeah, we met on joinmyband.com.
Oh, dating app for bands.
Dating app for bands, yeah. And it went well, really. Me and Matt met each other first, and we sort of had the initial meeting, didn't we? I think he come out in slippers into the street, which was quite nice.
Yeah, I invited him round to my second year uni house. We had a little brew, and it was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, and
Talked about Coldplay and
a lot of Coldplay.
how good they are.
Really? Okay, we need to talk about Coldplay. Did you actually have to swipe right, though? Is it the same as a dating app, Grindr, anything like that?
You know what? I think I'd actually and I don't know this, but I think on Tinder you can pay premium. I promoted my ad. I was that. I was
Genuinely, I was like the first one to reply to Chris. Well, I mean, I might not have been the first person. I was the first person out of the band to reply to Chris. And I'd seen a lot of profiles on there, like looking good. But his profile really shone the brightest, I was just like, this is the man that I want to share a stage with for the next 4 years.
Was it the picture? Was it a nice, colourful shirt?
Well, that was the scary thing. There was no picture, so that's why I met him in the street, and I didn't I wanted to meet him somewhere public where there's going to be an audience there.
Minimal chance of murder.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you have got any burning questions, like you want to know what their favourite shirt is, stuff like that, we are doing a live Q&A right now, tonight, in the Yard. So please comment on the stream below the stream, and tell us what your question is. And we will try and ask it tonight and find out any burning bits of information that you really want to know about Covasettes.
Shell,
PG, though.
Shell, what's your favourite Coldplay album?
My Coldplay, I don't know. I would say it's got to be debut.
Parachutes.
Parachutes is great.
Strong.
Rush of Blood to the Head is very good, though.
Oh.
I have to say, it's probably between those two.
You've won with
Am
that.
I okay?
you're
Do I
in.
get cool
Pass
points?
the test.
You're in.
I'm
I'm
gonna
in.
have to-
Yes.
I'm going to have to intervene at this point. We need to stop talking about Coldplay.
Yeah, we are going to talk about Coldplay a minute because we're going to talk about, the artist that made you want to be a musician. So I'm guessing Coldplay might be on that list.
Yeah, we'll go to maybe see Matt, drummer, likes dad music, so maybe you
I
can.
like dad music.
Dad, is that Dire Straits?
I just like all 80s, like Bon Jovi, stuff like that. I'm
Bit of-
Bryan Adams.
Bit of hair rock.
So I was in charge of the YouTube the other day because we go down into the band room, we chill, have a few beers, we put some YouTube on and just, when you end up in a really dark corner of YouTube, you're just watching all sorts of stuff. And they left me for 5 minutes and they came back in and I've got Bon Jovi's greatest hits on. And they just walked in and was like, what have we done?
Yeah, who knew Bon Jovi had so many songs?
They're brilliant, but that's kind of what I'm into.
Okay,
like
I've got an
rockier
idea
stuff.
for a Q&A question coming
Oh,
up
God.
right there. We're going to delve deep.
Yeah.
We're going to find out the real dirty secrets.
Oh,
Sounds a bit
Lord.
sordid, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds a
Yeah.
bit painful.
Awful.
Yeah.
It's after a certain time, isn't it? Maybe we can do that.
Watershed.
Time to go. See you later. So where were the early spaces and places in Manchester that really supported you? Because I know there's like some real community hubs here, some venues where you kind of bump into people all the time, different musicians hanging out. And I like to think that, it rains a lot here and maybe that's when the magic happens. People meet and chat and things kind of come to life.
Yeah, Jimmy's in Northern Quarter, massive venue for us. We played, I think, I'm going to say it's over 10 times we've played there.
Yeah.
So
Probably,
many.
yeah.
Easily.
I mean, it's moved to
Easily.
Ancoats now, but it's run by the
Yeah,
same
it's
people,
gone.
I believe. So
And that's massive. It was just like a small stage, back of a small room, and it was great because originally we couldn't bring many people to a gig, so like 30 people in there looked so busy, which is great for us because anything bigger, we just looked so lost, didn't we?
Yeah. We've
But
got-
that was great.
we owe a lot to the sort of like student recording studios as well. I feel like we talk a lot about venues, but like there's a lot of talented people out there that are like about to for like young bands starting out. You know what I mean? That like can help
Yeah.
you record and help you make your sound and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's the weird thing about starting a band is that you can't afford to pay anyone, but you need so much from people. So it's like we've got a sound guy, Deck, who's unreal and like he's way too good for us, but we can't pay him. So he comes on tour with us, he drives our van for us, he loads our gear in.
You can't do enough for us.
I know.
Yeah.
And we just
He's a legend.
kind of go,
If we make it, we'll pay you.
Food?
So like we owe so many people money at this point.
Do you know what? There is so much kind of like helping mates out and not just like being a musician, finding people that you get on well enough to be in a tour van with and not kill over a number of weeks. But those people that are making videos, doing artwork and, just helping you as a business, really, you wouldn't be able to do it without them, I don't think, would you?
No, and we're a pretty self-contained ship as it is. Like we record, Jamie records all our music at home and stuff. So we do reach out every now and then to people, and even like yourselves on Amazing Radio and BBC when like you back us, like that's unreal for us, isn't it?
Yeah, we love like anything like that. 'Cause I feel like sometimes the music industry can feel like it's sort of us against the world, to quote a Coldplay song again. But but like there are genuinely so many nice people about that are if you're nice, they'll be nice back.
yeah.
I mean, you've really kind of thrown yourself into the live arena. I mean, pandemic aside, why is it so important for you guys to get out there live? Is it just that is where you really do your best work almost?
Yeah, it's like our bread and butter, isn't it? For us, it's like the thing that gets us going. And like if we've got a gig, it's the main thing that gets us out of bed. And I think we only realised that when we do a gig like tonight, even though it was not to a crowd, it was just absolutely like the feelings you get after is great. And that's like our main drive, really, just to play gigs and to watch the audiences grow and the crowds grow. It's just unreal for us.
Yeah, there's nothing really quite like the feeling of like being on stage. I know it's like a cliche thing. It'll probably be like when a footballer scores a goal, you know what I mean? Like having a crowd sing back to you your own songs is
Absolutely.
next level.
I think it's great releasing music, and you get a buzz from that in itself. But I feel the reason you get in a band is to play on stage. Like that's the reason we've got in this band, because we wanted to get on stage. We wanted to go as far as we can with it and play in front of
You just
people.
want to have girls shouting your name back. That's why you got in a band.
Apart
mate.
from me nan at the back.
Is she watching now?
I
Hi, Nan.
She will be.
Big
She
love.
normally
Hi,
is,
Brenda.
but I haven't really given her a heads up with a link, so she might be struggling. She might, be
She
in
might have to
meltdown.
watch it back
I
later.
hope she is. But
Is available to watch back later, by the way, if you wish to. I mean, you've toured with some amazing names as well. I mean, including, I've mentioned him, the big name, the big man, Tony Hadley. Come on, what happened?
What a bloke.
What do
What
I
a
need to
guy.
know?
He is just a
Just oozes
cool guy. Like people say that like the rock stars are dying out or whatever, and I don't think we'll ever really make it to the rock star type. But Tony Hadley is cool as, can I swear?
Cool as hell. I won't swear.
Yeah,
cool as hell. And
polite.
we've got a story about. Well, Matt, I think you best tell
Please
it.
do. I need to know all the lowdown on Tony Hadley,
Titled
please.
Tony Hadley Gin and Tonic Saga.
Well, let me tell you this. Tony Hadley, we won a competition in 2018 for most exciting band, and one of the prizes, the main prize, we got to play at Leeds Arena for the Arias Radio Awards. Now,
I was there, actually. I'd just like to say I was
Did
there.
you see us?
Yeah, I was at the Leeds Arena for the Arias because I was nominated. My radio station was nominated for an award that year. Anyway, carry on.
No
Big
way.
story.
What an event! Yeah, well done. Yeah, and basically it was our first sort of taste of like the big time, and we were like, if we can do this every night, we'll be, like unbelievable. One of the weird things that we weren't quite used to was we got an artist liaison, which is basically a butler for behind stage. And with our artist liaison, we didn't really know what to do, so we just chilled with us, had a beer, shared some of the food and whatnot. Tony Hadley's artist liaison was running around like a headless chicken,
Sweating,
looking for lime wedges, because without these lime wedges, Tony Hadley couldn't have his gin and tonic. And without his gin and tonic, Tony Hadley couldn't go on stage.
There was no show without those.
No.
There's no show without a gin and tonic with a lime wedge. Now we know. I mean, it's important stuff. I mean, you must have a rider. Surely you've got some big asks on there. Something that makes you look very important and demanding.
We're just beers, food, and travel, and we'll even lose the travel if they get a bottle of Budweiser or something up before stage. Like we always say,
food doesn't come often. We put it out there and just go, you can buy us a bit of food.
Food's what we always agree, and then on the day it's like, oh yeah, we haven't got a restaurant or anything, so there's a Subway down the road.
But today, to be fair, we had when we come in, we were given a bagel and a choice of filling.
Today,
and then we were given some sweet bread, which I think that's a northern thing. I've never had that before.
I'm not.
But sweet bread, that's lovely. And then straight after, there's like a Jelly Babies popcorn on the table, and then we got a pizza before we went on. I'm on stage thinking I've got to slow down here because I'm reaching the point.
Yeah.
Honestly, dough's not a good thing to have before you're on stage.
But it's free, innit? So you think, look at it, I'm not leaving that. We've been in enough venues. We've
always
got
taste
nothing.
the best as well.
Oh dear me. And I think that's it. I mean, when you're on stage, you get that adrenaline rush. You've got the dopamine hits. You just feel like you can take over the world, don't you? What is the maddest thought that you've had when you've come off stage that you've felt like you could do?
I just feel sorry for you having to interview us now. This is like pure delirium from this entire stage. Like, good luck with it, really.
You know what? We're actually pretty chill, aren't we, when we come back sometimes? We normally go finish a gig. If we're not going out, which obviously we can't do, but if we're not going out, then we'll just go back to ours, have a few beers, maybe order a takeaway, and that's it, really, innit, for us.
I do like, because when you get that buzz, I'm the worst for it. I'm like the 18-year-old who's just got to uni, who go, alcohol's first thing, go mental. So I come back from a gig, and I just want to go out. And I'm looking at these going, we need to go, let's go. And they're going, but we've got to be in Edinburgh tomorrow. And I'm going, come on. But yeah, they drag me back, they put me in bed early, and it's like, right, okay.
And we've been on some great nights out, like Newcastle, we had a hotel on a bank holiday. Newcastle on a Sunday and Edinburgh on a Sunday. Yeah. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is, man.
They'll go in 100%.
Yeah. It was bedlam.
Yeah, to be fair to Edinburgh, it was a bank holiday, so it was effectively a Saturday.
That was Glasgow.
Sorry.
It was mental. We were in a Spoons at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, just going,
earlier.
What's going on here? And there's people fighting, throwing up, kicking off, all within 5-10 minutes when we're in this window going, Scotland just is a different place.
It just
scary. Chrissy had the weirdest look in his eye. He was so scared. I was just like, it's all right.
Just waiting for barbecue burger on the app going, what's going on?
I mean, going back to the music, your music has definitely become a lot more polished and professional and really quite slick over the last few. Have you been working hard behind the scenes?
I mean,
tightening all that up.
I think a big part of the polish is just experience. Like, the more you do it, the more we're like going to work out how to iron out the kinks. And there are plenty of things. Listening to This Feeling these days, like, there's plenty of things I would change. I still enjoy the song. But like, as someone who spent God knows how many hours working on that tune, it's like there are so many things I could have done better now. But no, I mean, you've got to accept that as it's part of the. It's like it just encapsulates a moment in time.
It's like one of our songs, "She Is on Spotify, and we were forced to put it on because people liked it, but we recorded that in a day just for a Glastonbury competition that we never won, and then people liked it, so we were like, right, we'll stick it on. And every time I hear it, it's like 19-year-old me singing it, and it's not very good, and I'm oh man. And if people like it, I think, how can you like that?
Nah, people love it. To the point where every time we posted a new Instagram, photo, you'd have people comment, I mean like 5 to 10 every photo going, she is all right. It was just a hashtag, she is all right. And it's just like they wanted she is. The people wanted she is. We had to give them she is. Chris is going, we just have to give it him.
It was already on YouTube, but like, they did force us to put it on Spotify pretty much.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to give the people what they
Yeah,
want.
I mean, what a
and
problem
you've done
to
it.
have, though.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like, people like the song. We're saying it like it's a complaint. Like, we loved it.
And new single though, you've recently dropped a new tune in the last couple of weeks, Modern Rapunzel. What can you tell us about Modern Rapunzel?
But this is your time to shine, but
Modern Rapunzel.
he's our promo guy.
Yeah, so when Chris first brought it to us, because he brings the songs to us and we kind of go, yeah, we like them, or no, we don't like them, but it doesn't matter because it's his song at the end of the day, so we still go with it. But this particular one, for example, he just decided he wasn't a massive fan of it, and us three, we're looking at him going, no, we've got something here, and he's trying to push it away, going, no, there's better, and I'm thinking, you just can't throw this away. So we kept pushing and we worked on it, and like we do our own recording downstairs in our basement. So when we're writing a song and we play it, we get it recorded in straight away. So there was no getting rid of it then. It was in the computer, it was saved. And I think we just kind of built on it slowly, and we described it as a bit of a grower, I think. It grew on us. He finally said yes to releasing it. We were buzzing, had a beer, and yeah, I think it's
big tune. And as well, I think that's kind of a big part of us because we're a democracy, and like we do like have votes and things, and like we always make sure we follow every idea to the end. And even if we're not too keen on a song, we'll record it, we'll get it to a place where it's good to go and see what it's like. And at the end, when we finished recording this, I was like, all right, to be fair, it's actually not that bad, you know, because I think, and I think I'm glad we put it out because it's a little bit different to what we normally do, and it's quite a nice transition into stuff that we're looking to do next. So yeah, really happy we put it out.
It's really difficult as well during lockdown, as it is for like everybody in any walk of life, but knowing like what to do. Because like we've normally got a pretty solid plan of like, right, we'll release this single, we'll go on tour, then we can, you know, do whatever. Whereas now it's just kind of like, well, what do we do? You know,
Just
and
guesswork, isn't it?
yeah, it's guesswork. And Modern Rapunzel was like, I guess, the best guess we had. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I should say that you actually all live together, which is why you're allowed to sit next to each other in a kind of, you know, spaced world as we're currently in. But that must be like at least a helpful that you're kind of like a band of brothers together.
It's been a godsend, to be honest. Being able to live together during lockdown. Like I do not know how bands are managing to keep their stuff together while like having to stay 2 meters apart. It must be an absolute nightmare.
We caught wind of lockdown, just obviously as everybody was like figuring it out last year that shops were going to close and whatnot, and we quickly like scrambled to kit out our basement because our house is, I mean I can't swear, but it's not a very nice house. But we kitted out the basement. It's a shithole. We kitted out the basement just to like have a studio and have a place to work that was like nice and, you know, somewhere that we could be like creative and stuff like that. And we were saying we must have been at that point the luckiest band in the country because everybody else was like, even bands that we're mates with, they were like, you know, they were in different cities and stuff like that. So really, really lucky.
I think I had a similar vibe actually. I was definitely on the PMT website, you know, the professional music technology, buying microphones and all sorts of equipment. If you had the right insight there, you know, virtual high five, almost distant high five. I mean, your artwork, I have to admit, like, it's really eye-catching. I don't know what I was going to say then, capturing. But yeah, it really does stand out. And I spotted a Care Bear, and it's not just me, is it, losing it?
No,
There's definitely a Care Bear in there.
The Care Bears, and I was saying to you earlier, we're going to get sued for that one day. We didn't ask for Care Bears, we asked for teddy bears. They look a little bit like Care Bears, but they're not. Legal disclaimer, they're not.
Do you think they're legally distinct from Care
Yeah,
Bears?
definitely.
Just
Definitely are, yeah.
If we say they are, then they're not Care Bears. We can't
Not
get
even
sued.
our Care Bears.
There
That's
is
a
a
question we should really be asking.
Is there something slightly dark about that artwork, though?
Yeah, so we kind of like the idea of having something really happy going on first sight, but really everything's quite dark. So each Care Bear's kind of like, one's holding a baseball bat with spikes in it, another one's like flying on a balloon, and the balloon's popped and he's fallen to their death. So it's like it's
Don't
really
upset
dark.
them. Don't ever upset them.
Because we're quite dark guys at the end of it. So for us, it was it was just a way of kind of having something really happy, but really quite not. And I think sometimes like I try and do that in our songs a little bit, like lyrically anyway. So it was quite a nice way to tie it all together.
And who's the artist? Because it must be the same artist that's following them through.
Yeah, I went to school with him. It's Kyle Ty Thompson, and we say he's like such an elusive figure to us because we like don't speak to him too much. We just say to him, "We've got a song coming out. It's called this, loosely about this," and he just sends us back 3 months later this beautiful, like beautifully crafted, detailed artwork, which we'd never even like dream of having, would we?
Like we'll still find stuff in our artworks that we've never seen before.
Yeah,
years
sure,
down
yeah.
the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And to him, everything's got like a story, and he'll tell you like all the details about it. And like when you zoom into our artwork, there's so many little details that you miss on first sight. And I think that's what it should be about. I remember hearing Liam Gallagher say he used to buy a record and on the bus on the way home, like look at it and see what's in it. And I think that's what it should be, isn't it? Artwork. It should be something you can like study and enjoy, I think.
It's a full package, isn't it? I mean, the attention to detail, what with you know, kind of really hands-on influence on the music and the production of the music yourself, but also, you know, having a hand in all of these different sides of it, the artwork and the packaging. I mean, you really have a great eye for detail, but what is next for the Covasettes? I mean, obviously the pandemic's holding things back, but is there a tour finally going to happen?
Yeah, we've got July and August, which we're just hoping is the right time. We just want to play music now, so every time we're just putting our tour back to the next time we can just play music. And we're thinking this is going to be the perfect time for it. So we've got like Manchester, which is sold out. Birmingham's about to sell out. Leeds is going to sell out. So it's looking like it could be like it's our biggest tour by far. And I remember when we moved into the house together, we said that in a few years we want to be able to sell 60 tickets in every city. So just if we go anywhere, we can have people there. And like we've smashed that completely already. So it's nice to know that coming out of a lockdown where we've not done anything for a year, that we're going to still have the sort of momentum that we come out of it in.
We are going to have more Q&A questions coming very shortly. We've got a list forming in front of me as we speak. So if you do want to have ask a question, you've got a burning question, something you really want to know about the Covasettes, please comment below and we will try and ask your question. But if we want to find out more about you or buy some merch or something like that, where can we go to find out more?
www.thecovasettes.com or .co.uk. We now have both.
It's almost like you've practiced that.
We're doing well.
So slick.
Doing well for ourselves.
Know how to sell it, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's something there for everybody. The blog is just a riot. The store is breathtaking.
Those eyes on the top of your blog, though, are really freaking me out. I've got to admit.
We were
I
so
know,
happy with that.
exactly.
Like, it looks so professional, and we were buzzing with that. When that worked, we were like, have you seen the state of that?
It's not even the artwork for the current song.
It's
It looks so
We can't
good.
change
Yeah.
it because it's so nice.
It
Got
was
to
actually
admit,
a
though,
nightmare
I
to
mean,
get
I
in.
was expecting quality Covasettes lockdown content. I was looking forward to cooking with the Covasettes or something, and there was nothing.
Well, on the
Come on.
website, however, on YouTube, we did a virtual tour where we basically did like for every date of our tour, which was cancelled, we did like a different a song in a different version. So we did like an acoustic version, a cappella version. So there is that.
Okay.
Genuinely, the problem with cooking with the Covasettes is our kitchen is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's not
Can
bad.
anyone actually cook, though?
Matt's
I'm
actually not
pretty
bad.
yeah.
good.
I mean, you know, not to blow my own trumpet or anything, but I'm all right. I've got a few dishes.
He's
that
got
I'm
a
okay
signature
with.
pizza and he makes the
Okay.
sauce.
Okay, hold that thought.
Right.
That is literally on my list of questions.
Right.
So
Wow.
let's roll in. Like, Q&A. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you warmed up?
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Q&A.
You feeling hyped for
Wow.
it? Literally, the screen is just exploding with stuff. Right, my first question is, why not? What's your signature dish?
Who am I cooking for?
Me.
Queens.
Me, obviously.
If you were coming, I would probably go with garlic bread to start.
Lovely for a
Maybe-
date.
Maybe maybe like a cheesy garlic bread to start. Lasagna, probably. I'm gonna go Italian theme, and then some nice ice cream with your choice of cake.
I was going to say homemade ice cream or something that you just bought out
Nah.
the freezer.
Store-bought.
It's the clotted cream one's really good. It's
At
really
least you know where to buy it.
At least he's honest.
Anybody else chipping in? Because I'm going to
Well-
get really garlic breathed on a date.
Well,
There you go.
if you ever fancy it, Shell, we've got a Chinese order down to
Oh,
the
yeah.
T. When we have a Chinese, I think they know our order now. We basically order from the same place every time. It's happened most Friday nights, sadly, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable.
The only problem is, though, we rack up about £55 worth of Chinese, so we only do it when we can get an Uber Eats 50% off. And when one of them comes through, we don't even have to say anything. Chris just walks in and goes, like, gives me the eyes, and
I've got
I
a
go,
code.
I know, don't worry, 50% off. We're
You're
sorted.
saying that, but haven't you just had 2 Chinese in a row?
Yep.
He had one Friday, one Saturday.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know, it warms my heart to know that you've also got the traditional Friday night Chinese, because
Yeah.
my family do that as well.
Oh, really?
I've weaned myself off it. Well, I thought I had before lockdown happened.
Why
but,
do you know? Why would you want to
Because,
stop?
you know, weight loss and gain and videos and
Doesn't
hey,
count on
I'm
a Friday.
camera. Yeah, all of those things. But yeah, what's on the Chinese list then? What is on the £55 order?
Right, so
We
we're
need
going.
to know.
We need to
I'm
properly
Sorry,
we do.
it's
isn't
taking
on it?
time up, but it's important, right?
That's fine.
It's
So
important.
let me just get my list out. I've actually got a list that we go to because we're scared we'll miss something. So I've got a list on my notes.
Oh, is that like prawn crackers or something?
Yeah. So here we go. I just
The man who walk throws in crackers for free.
and they give you drinks and sauces free as well.
Yeah.
We've got chicken balls, chicken noodles, sweet and sour chicken, shredded chili chicken, salt and pepper chips, rice, sweet and sour sauce, curry sauce, prawn toast.
All chicken?
And we
I
normally
think we normally get one of them beef, don't we?
Yeah, we
No,
get
no beef
We
or,
went
or
mixed
duck in
noodles
there.
for a while, but we're scared to experiment because we know it works.
Yeah.
And we need someone like yourself to come in and say, right, ditch that, try this dish. That's
Yeah.
because we don't want to risk it.
Can't believe there's no foo young on there. What are you doing?
I don't know what
Well,
that is.
could we
Special
can we
foo
get
young.
Shell's
Get it on the
Scorcher?
list.
What do you have?
Yeah.
Varies. I'm very much a sweet and sour chicken,
Nice.
a special fried rice, or a special
Nice.
chow mein, or a special foo young kind of girl.
Foo-young.
Foo young's
Very
like egg, omelette-y, vegetables,
Right.
meat.
Yeah, I
it's
love
really
a
good.
mushroom
It's really
foo
good.
young. It's probably my go-to.
Anyway, the questions are buzzing in. If you want to ask a question, you've got a burning question that you want to ask, please comment below. The first one is, describe your favourite Hawaiian shirt.
That's only one man
Yeah.
this can go to, isn't it?
Probably this one. It's white with sort of bamboo, grey. I've got a green one that's really nice
You've not
as well.
shown him that. Show him the panda
Oh,
t-shirt. underneath.
now we're
Oh,
talking.
oh.
This is straight from Edinburgh Zoo shop. It's a panda.
So it's got like a bamboo shirt with a panda underneath.
Also, if you go to
That's
Edinburgh
coordination.
it.
Zoo, if you go to Edinburgh Zoo, pandas are the worst bit. They're so boring. They just sit there doing nothing all day.
You heard it here first.
Go see the red pandas.
Okay, so what guitars do you have and any stories behind them? Can see a few dotted around the back of the
Yeah.
stage here.
I'm a bit of a I'm a bit promiscuous with my guitars.
Easy.
I like to. Is that the right word?
No, not at all.
I think what I'm trying to say is I'm a bit of a slag with it. Like I just get loads of different ones, basically.
You just like to experiment.
Yeah. So like
This is not getting any better, is it? This
no,
is not
no.
getting
So
any
what
better.
I think
Very,
every
very
guitar has like a different song in them. I do. So like every one I have, I'll write a different style of song on them. So that's why I always like to try new ones because I think everyone like feels different, it plays different. So I always like to mix them up. I've got that, and then I've got like a Fender Mustang. If people know that, I've got like 3 of them.
You know he sleeps with him at night. We walk in and he's
Yeah.
just there like stroking it. I'm going, I feel a song coming on. And next day it's like new EP from that guitar. I'm like,
Yeah, and I keep going like
It
I'm gonna
works.
settle down. I'm gonna like just keep that now. And I've been trying to keep that, but I just know I see one on the internet. I'm like, go on then.
You're like me. I like new music, but I also like new stuff. So if I see
Yeah.
a new chocolate bar or a new brand of biscuits, I'm in. I
Yeah,
literally can't help myself. Maybe that's it. Just it's
a problem.
in your nature.
it's a problem. Whereas like
it's just in your nature.
Matt has a Fender Telecaster, which he's just
Yeah.
had, and that's his guitar.
Yeah,
really.
I was always into Gibsons when I was younger. So I have a Gibson Midtown Custom, which is like my Sunday best. But I got that guitar for a steal when I was about 16, 17, and it's as old as us. It's like 1999, that guitar, and it just plays like a dream. It's really good.
So yeah,
Pretty easy for you when you go on tour then, and you just take one guitar with you, or maybe 2, just in case there's a problem with the first one. For you,
I've got 9. I'm
slightly
going,
more problems.
take them in. Yeah.
Van just for yours.
9.
So next question: best small venue you've played as a band?
Deaf Institute. Deaf Institute Manchester. We've sold it
It's
out.
not that
No.
small.
Are we
No,
calling Deaf a
no.
small one? Would you not
Yeah.
the
say?
Yard in Manchester is
Of
by
course.
far.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's here. This
The
isn't
best.
a small venue,
Sorry.
I don't think. This is
No.
a rather
Yeah, medium.
I don't think
sizey
either of
space.
those answers are small
Can we
venues.
go? Can we
Yeah.
say Cafe Totem even though it doesn't exist? That was.
That was
Do you not think?
Cafe. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Cafe
was
Totem. Have
great.
you been to Cafe Totem Sheffield? It's called
No.
Rocking
It used to be the
Chair.
rocking chair.
Oh yeah,
Not
and I
very
have been
long.
when it was rocking chair. Yeah, long time.
Like small room and underground.
It's
Mhm.
the,
Yeah, yeah,
the one where the
unreal.
ceiling starts to sweat when there's enough people in
Yeah.
it. It's
Drip.
really good.
I've been in a few venues like that over the years.
Yeah.
Ceiling surfing, yeah, all
Yeah.
of those kind of things. They're the best gigs, though, aren't they? You know, when you just know everyone's really into it and you can't escape. 'Cause
Yeah,
you don't want to
definitely.
escape.
Definitely.
More
Like
people
the
than
Finsbury in London's a weirdly underrated venue as well.
Oh yeah.
And they pay like 150 quid to come.
Yeah,
200
that's
quid?
Dan Sheed at Total.
Dan
Sheed,
Temple,
yeah,
isn't it?
that's
That's
thank
not
you.
the venue.
And that's great because when we go down to London, it's like we can actually afford to do it then because that's the main part of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's all right saying we want to gig everywhere, but we can't actually afford it. So they always paid our travel, which was great.
Okay, this is a really big one at the minute because, you know, there's loads of musicians or people at home thinking about becoming a musician and literally not knowing where to start. What is your kind of best tips for someone starting out with literally no money to record? So, like, maybe a phone and a bit of tiny equipment, some description.
Jamie's probably best for this.
I mean, to be honest, like the standard of like cheap guitars now is so good. Like for £100 brand new, so like 50 quid used, you can get something actually decent.
Yeah.
Like the recording part, like it's a bit harder to do really cheap. But if you just go on Marketplace, you'll find someone who's got like a 30 quid interface. Like it's the barrier for entry's got so low now. It's actually amazing.
I was going to suggest if you try and find somebody to do with like music recording in universities or colleges, they're always looking for places to record, and the Yard in Manchester.
Buck was getting a signal there, but he didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Not very
yeah,
good.
sorry. The Yard in Manchester, we're being told it is a good place to record, but I'm just saying.
You're not being fed that line. It's lies.
No,
it's lies.
I'm not. No, genuinely. If you're looking to record and you don't really know where to go, just apply to unis or colleges, because they have recording studios. They have students wanting to record people, and half the time you're struggling to get people in to do it. I've been there, so it's like just try and find an email address and get in contact with them.
Yeah, if you're starting out, work hard, get there on time, be nice to people.
Yeah, it's hard to ask.
Yeah, don't be a dickhead. I think
Yeah,
that's
don't.
number one,
Don't.
innit? 101.
Yeah.
And
And
we've seen a lot of them. I think we're lucky because Jamie's really good at recording, producing. So we kind of skipped that bit of having to learn it ourselves. We walked in and he was like good to go with it. So it's hard to answer that. But I think, as we said, like student places are great. And then in terms of tips for being in a band, yeah, like you say, don't be a twat and turn up on time. Be nice to the sound guy. Our sound guy who does all our sound for us he was there at our first ever gig, and we just had a chat with him, and then we saw him another venue later, and he like had a chat with him again because we remembered his name and stuff, and now he comes to all our gigs.
And the sound guy's genuinely the most important person in the band.
Yeah.
Like if he decides you're going to have a bad gig, you're going to have a bad gig.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do
If
about
it's any consolation, it's exactly the same in radio. If I'm like producing or presenting a live broadcast and there's someone on the desk who's been working their arse off all day and hasn't had a hot drink, as soon as I get a break, I'll get them a hot drink.
That's nice.
Because you know what? It's good to look after people. And also, I hate to be giving advice, but you know, it's a really small industry, the music industry, and people know each other. So if you treat somebody badly, somebody else will find out, and it might affect you getting an opportunity. But also, you don't need loads of kit to get going. And sometimes that's the most beautiful thing, isn't it? When you start out and it sounds a certain way because that was all you had access to, but it's like a story and it's about your story. And I think that's a nice, beautiful thing that you can reflect on what you were working with at that time and how far you've come, you know, when you've got more clued up and got more resources.
I agree, and to some extent, like as long as you can like get it recorded, a good song's a good song. It doesn't matter how the quality of it. If it's a good song, it will come through, and I think that's always a good place to start, just at home.
People worry a lot about like, oh, do I have enough gear? Do I have this? Or it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. Like you can get something that sounds good, or at least good enough for like your very first ever thing, with so little investment. Like you just don't need to worry about it. It's like ear, not the gear, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing to do is just to start. So just start. I mean, when you started and you formed the Covasettes, what made you form the name, the band, the Covasettes?
Oh. Do you want me to take this one or do you want to take
You
this
tell
one?
us one, mate.
You want me to take this
Yeah.
one? Well, so basically, I was on a magic bus, which is the bus route from town in Manchester to the uni halls.
143 or 142.
143 or 142. And with the blue pass, though, you can actually get on any. It doesn't matter. We were coming.
Used to be a pound.
Yeah, it used to be a pound. It's now like 150. It's a joke. We were coming down on the bus. I was coming home from work. I used to work
I think it's £2 now, actually.
You're joking.
I think it is, yeah.
That's inflation.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Was coming. You're welcome. I was coming back down from Clark's, where I used to work in town on Market Street, and there was a load of graffiti on a wall, like just like on the bus, and we were sat on the bus for ages. And you know when your sort of mind just goes. And I was sort of looking at this graffiti, and it just sort of had like loads of like overlaying graffiti, and I just like took a picture of it, and like we were sort of like connecting the dots with the letters, and we got something that sounded good in the Covasettes.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
That sounds like you've made that up. That's too almost too much of
you
a
told a different
beautiful
story last
story.
time.
That's true, yeah. That's true.
Every word. It's on. The building's a gym now. If you must know.
Well, that's the city for you. It's
Yeah.
changed
Yeah.
a lot over the
Yeah.
last few years. Actually, I
Yeah.
remember when Ancoats didn't exist. You know, it's
Where
mental
is
to look at
Ancoats?
how much change there has been over the last few years, especially with venues and stuff as well. I mean, we have more questions coming, and you know what? You can send us your questions. Comment below the stream and let us know what your questions are. But it would be really nice for me to find out what your go-to karaoke song is.
You know what? We've actually never been to a karaoke night, and I think we'd love it.
We did. We did used to sing The Middle a lot.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? Like, that was just our tune as a band.
Yeah.
Like 2 years probably, where we just wouldn't stop singing that song.
Yeah.
But we haven't done it at karaoke.
Get Out by Zuzu.
Yeah.
Is it Get Out? Is that what
Get Off.
Get Off?
Get Off by Zuzu. Do you know Zuzu?
Mm-hmm.
From Liverpool. She's
Oh,
very good.
Zuzu, yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah,
She always looks great in those glasses.
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
She's
Like
a proper
yours, to be
babe.
fair. A bit similar.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll give you a proper answer. Robbie Williams, Angels. There you go. That's a karaoke
Can you
song
actually
for you.
kill it though?
Go on, back.
Just
There's a
check
reason
it.
they
It's
don't
all
give me a
live, right? Go on.
microphone, but give me a couple of beers and give me a microphone. I've never done it, but I'm sure I'd probably give it a good go.
Right. Thanks again so much, guys, for coming down tonight and performing. That was an absolutely incredible live set. You looked a bit radioactive at times in the red light, but, you know, it's very becoming.
Thanks.
What a set it was. Modern Rapunzel sounds great.
Thank
Are
you.
we going to hear any more new music for you? Have you got some in the pipeline?
Yeah, we literally put this out, Modern Rapunzel, out the other week, and then had a chat the next day about what's next. So we're going to do something hopefully very soon. We did 2 songs last year, and that's not very good by our standards. So we're going to hopefully do a lot more this year.
You're going to have loads of plans ready, and
lot.
hopefully the tour date's still happening, and people can find out more information on your socials. You're very good on Insta as well. There's loads of Q&A stuff. If you haven't got the answer that you wanted tonight, it might be there. And then some really random facts about you that I didn't know. I'm not going to tell you what they are. You need to go and check them out on the Covasettes Instagram feed. On their stories, the best place to go. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for more live performances right here at the Yard. There's going to be loads of interviews too. And well done to the great team tonight. You've all been absolutely brilliant. Follow the Yard on all the socials to find out more, and go support the space as well. Check out theyardmcr.com. Until next time, thanks for sharing your eyes.
Bye.
and
Thank you for having us.
sticky
Thank
floor
you.
with us.
And thanks, Shell. Thank you.